Georgia's a veteran in the playoff. They don't have a veteran at quarterback in Carson Beck. I love this for the SEC. And then Notre Dame. The biggest question. I picked Indiana. Was wrong about that one, obviously. I did not think that Riley Leonard was going to have the performance he did for Notre Dame. And now you get like a matchup that I'm saying goes Notre Dame's way. I know don't bet against Kirby, and they'll do it a bunch of different ways, and I get it. Like they're built for that. They got a quarterback that's capable. But the first thing I thought of when Carson Beck wasn't in the game was, where is the one-time starter at Arizona State who transferred there last year? I had no idea who their starting quarterback was in Gunnar Stockton, or I didn't know he was the backup. I should probably say I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't track it well enough to know
You're not
who the
you're
number
not
two
you're not
is.
you're not milking out their depth chart there to really kind
No,
of figure out. Yeah.
you just imagined.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easily the guy who used to be at Arizona State, which is another podcast, another conversation. But I see Notre Dame in this one, bro. I see Notre Dame potentially facing off against Penn State in what will be like the ultimate '90s matchup for a chance to go to the national freaking title.
It's crazy, and it's funny because like, with it being on that side of it, Notre Dame was the other team that I still wasn't sure about, and to be honest, I'm still not even sure about, because the majority of their yards in that game against Indiana came on the one play. It was 25% of their entire total yards came on one play.
That's a great point.
So like, yes, I think they proved that they were the better team in that game, but it wasn't, to me, it wasn't as significant as maybe others would have thought. But I think the point to with Stockton is that he came in, didn't really do a whole lot in that SEC championship game. And the one stat that where I was looking through Georgia's notes has been kind of how much of a slow starter the team has been this year. They've had 6 games this year where they did not score in the first quarter. They've had 4 wins this year where they trailed at the half. Now, that's with, I can't remember what the score at the halftime was of the SEC title game, but let's just say that all of those were done with Carson Beck as your starting QB. So if they get down early with Gunnar Stockton, is he going to have that confidence and that just poise to be able to lead them through? Whereas the rest of the team will feel probably comfortable in that situation, knowing that they've all been there before this season. But whether or not how Gunnar is going to respond, if that becomes the case in that game.
Yeah, and Notre Dame's defense is real. Their run game is real. But either way, if I was ranking teams in the playoff, I would go with the 2 that are playing in the game right behind me. Oregon, Ohio State, 1, 2. I'd put Texas at 3. I'd put Penn State at 4. These would be down the line, these 2 teams. So I'll be curious to see how that shakes up. All right.